What if I told you that every single member of the Saja boys survived the final battle in K-pop Demon Hunters? Not just Jinu, not just some of them, all 5. And I have the receipts to prove it. Hey Demon Hunters, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the most debated question in the K-pop Demon Hunters fandom. Did our favorite demon boy band actually die? Spoiler alert, they didn't. And by the end of this video, you'll be 100% convinced. So grab your light sticks because we're about to break down the evidence that changes everything. Okay, let's start with the foundation of this entire theory. Something the movie shows us over and over again, but most fans completely overlook. I'm talking about the pink glitter effect. Every single time Huntrix defeats a demon, what happens? They explode into pink glitter. Not blood, not ash, sparkly pink glitter. And this isn't just for style points, people. Now here's where it gets interesting. Compare that to when Gui Ma, the actual demon king, kills someone. Remember that flight attendant demon he deemed useless? She was literally cooked into ashes. Fire, destruction, nothing left. When Gui Ma kills, it's permanent and brutal, like you are fully consumed in his shame marks. But when our girls defeat demons, it's always that signature pink sparkle. This isn't just an animation choice to keep things PG, guys. This is the show establishing a fundamental rule. Hunter magic and demon magic work completely differently. The hunters don't kill, they banish. And once you understand this rule, everything else starts to click into place. Which brings me to the first major piece of evidence that proves this entire theory. And pay close attention because this is a 2-part revelation. Remember that flight attendant demon from the plane scene I talked about? Huntrix fights her and she disappears in the classic pink glitter effect after being defeated, right? Now here's where it gets crucial. She shows up again later in Gui Ma's realm, still alive, appearing in the demon world. But then, and this is the key difference, when Gui Ma decides she's useless, what happens? He literally cooks her into ashes. Fire, complete destruction. Nothing left. No pink glitter, no sparkles, just brutal annihilation. This scene is basically the movie's Rosetta Stone for understanding demon mortality. We see the same character experience both types of death. First, the hunter's pink glitter banishment, where she survives and returns to the demon realm. Then, Gui Ma's fire, where she's permanently destroyed. The movie is literally showing us the difference between banishment and true death. Remember that bat-wielding demon on the train? The one that Mira and Zoe explicitly defeated? He disappeared in pink glitter, supposedly dead, right? Well, that exact same demon appears again later when Jinu gets dragged back to the demon realm. Same character design, same weapon, same everything. So now we have 2 separate instances of demons returning after being killed by the hunter's weapons. This isn't a theory anymore, this is established canon. The movie is literally showing us how the system works. And if these random demons can come back after being defeated by Hunter's weapons, why wouldn't the Saja boys, who are infinitely more powerful, follow the exact same rules? But wait, it gets even better, because it's not just what we see, it's what we hear and what doesn't happen. The dialogue and actions in this movie basically spell it out for us. Listen carefully to what Huntrix actually says during their battles. Mira literally states she wants to destroy them and send them back to the demon world. Did you catch that? Back. Not send them to oblivion or end their existence. She specifically uses the word back, implying a return journey to where they came from. Zoe says practically the same thing when she talks about sending demons back to the depths where they belong. Again, with the destination language. They're not talking about destruction, they're talking about deportation. And get this, throughout the entire movie, we never see Huntrix actually kill a named demon character. Not one. They defeat them, they banish them, but they never permanently destroy them. The only character who actually kills demons is Gui Ma himself. The hunters are literally incapable of true destruction. Their power is fundamentally different. Now that we've established the rules, let's apply them to each Saja boy and see what really happened in that final battle. But here's the thing. Once you analyze their behavior, it becomes clear they weren't just randomly fighting. They had a strategy, and I can pinpoint the exact moment it kicked in. Watch carefully. When Jinwoo starts sacrificing himself for Rumi, giving her his soul, Guima realizes he's lost control. Why? Because Guima controls demons through shame and self-loathing. But Jinwoo just broke free from that by choosing love over shame. At that moment, Guima knows it's over. And this is when everything changes. You can literally see the shift in the Saja boys' behavior. It's like they received a direct command, probably from Guima himself saying, "Retreat, survive, be my backup plan." Let's start with Baby. Watch his reaction during Jinwoo's sacrifice. His expression changes instantly, like he just got a message directly downloaded into his brain. And what does he do? Nothing. He doesn't engage in the final battle at all. Not once. He's literally just there, not fighting, not attacking, just staying out of the action and disappear. This wasn't cowardice, this was him following Guima's emergency protocol. Romance? Same deal. After that moment, he approaches Mira, she hits him once, and then nothing. He doesn't fight back, doesn't engage further, just backs off. It's like he's going through the motions, making a token appearance, but deliberately avoiding any real confrontation. He got the message, survive at all costs. Think about it. Why would the two youngest members both suddenly stop fighting at the same moment? Because Guima telepathically told them to preserve themselves as his contingency plan. Moving on to Mystery. Now, Mystery actually does engage with Zoe briefly, but the moment things get serious, poof, he teleports away in that signature smoke effect. He fought just enough to not raise suspicion, then executed his escape plan. Classic Mystery, always keeping his options open and clearly following orders to survive. Compare this to Abby. Abby was already too deep in combat with Mira to retreat. He goes all in, no holding back, no escape plan. And what happens? He gets sliced and banished back to the demon realm in that dramatic pink glitter explosion. He's the only one who didn't follow the survival protocol. Or did he? We will talk about this in our next video. And finally, Jinwoo. Jinwoo's sacrifice was what triggered this whole emergency plan. His breaking free from Guima's control was the signal that everything was falling apart. While his bandmates ensure physical survival, he ensures spiritual survival by giving his soul to Rumi. I believe Guima always had a backup plan, that what we expect from King of Demon, but he never knew Jinwoo would be the reason to activate it. Do you see the pattern? The moment Jinwoo breaks free, Guima activates his backup plan. Now 3 members stay in the human world, 1 maintains presence in the demon realm. This isn't random. This is a coordinated survival strategy activated in real time. But if you need one more piece of evidence, and honestly, this should seal the deal for any doubters, let's talk about the elephant in the room that the movie literally shows us in rainbow lights, the new Hanmoon barrier. The movie explicitly tells us that only a golden Hanmoon would permanently banish demons forever. Celine literally says this multiple times. A barrier so strong that it is impenetrable, that will keep demons and Guima from our world forever, the golden Hanmoon. So, what color is the new barrier that Huntrix creates after defeating Guima? It's a rainbow! Blue mixed with pink, multicolored, everything except golden. They literally show us this rainbow light effect instead of the golden seal we were promised would be permanent. And this makes perfect sense. Rumi, being half demon herself, couldn't create a golden Hanmoon that would banish all demons. That would include banishing part of herself. Instead, she deliberately chose to create a barrier based on acceptance and balance. The rainbow represents the harmony between her human and demon sides. This isn't a continuity error or a mistake. This is the movie screaming, "Hey, demons and still come back!" The imperfect barrier means demons can still cross over. The seal could crack again. This rainbow barrier is basically a giant sign saying, "Sequel incoming with your favorite demon boys!" Because if the barrier was truly golden and permanent, there'd be no way for them to return. But it's not. It's deliberately, intentionally, purposefully not golden. Okay, but here's where this theory gets really interesting and honestly, kind of genius from a storytelling perspective. Remember how I said they had a plan? Well, that plan just got way more complicated. Think about it. Romance, baby, and mystery being alive in the human world wasn't an accident. It was the backup plan. Someone, probably Guima himself, told them, if things go south, you three survive at all costs. Stay on the human side to help me return. The plan was simple. The new Han-Moon barrier is stronger than before. It's harder for demons to cross over. Guima can't just waltz into the human world like he did when the original Han-Moon was at its weakest. So, he needs agents on the human side to weaken it from within. He needs to consume as many souls as he can to be powerful again. That's why Baby didn't fight, why Romance barely engaged, why Mystery teleported away. They were following orders to be Guima's contingency plan. But then, Jinu's sacrifice changed everything. Nobody saw that coming. Not Guima, not the Saja boys, nobody. Jinu giving his soul to Rumi was a complete shock that throws the entire plan into chaos. Now, Romance, Baby, and Mystery have a massive dilemma on their hands. Option 1. Stick to the original plan. Work to weaken the new Han-Moon from the inside, create cracks in the barrier, and bring Guima back just like they were supposed to. But here's where it gets really juicy. Option 2. What if seeing Jinu sacrifice himself changes their loyalty? His soul is preserved in Rumi's sword. They could abandon Guima's plan and instead try to restore their leader. Maybe they need ancient demon magic. Maybe they need to strike a deal with Huntrix. Or maybe they're looking for a completely new solution. This creates the perfect conflict for a sequel. These three are sitting in the human world right now, probably having the biggest crisis of their demon lives. Do they stay loyal to Guima, who's trapped in the demon realm? Or do they try to save Jinu, their friend who's sacrificed everything? Maybe they're split. Maybe Romance wants to save Jinu, he always seemed closest to him, while Mystery stays loyal to Guima and Baby's caught in the middle. The fact that they deliberately held back in the fight shows they're playing a longer game. But now that game has a plot twist they never expected. They're not just survivors, they're sleeper agents with a mission. But after Jinu's sacrifice, which mission they choose is about to drive the entire next movie. And look, even if you somehow don't buy all the in-universe evidence, let's talk real-world logic for a second. K-pop Demon Hunters is Netflix's most watched animated film, ever. The Saja Boys songs are charting globally. These characters have massive fandoms. And check this out, they literally made a comeback poster for Huntrix. In K-pop, you know what comes after a comeback? The rivals return. From a pure business perspective, why would you permanently kill off your most popular antagonists in movie 1 of what's obviously going to be a franchise? The director, Maggie Kang, has been suspiciously quiet about their fates. When asked directly, she says things like, "We'll have to wait and see," and "I wanted to leave things open." The voice actors for Jinu and Rumi are already publicly campaigning for a reunion. Even they know what's up. This ambiguity isn't an accident. It's intentional sequel setup. They're not dead. They're just being saved for the dramatic return that's going to break the internet. So, let's recap everything we've learned today. The pink glitter effect is canonically proven to be banishment, not death. We literally saw the flight attendant demon get banished, then actually killed by Guima. 2 different effects, 2 different outcomes. The train demon came back after being defeated. The hunters themselves say they're sending demons back, not destroying them. As for our boys, Baby and Romance deliberately avoided real combat. They were following Guima's contingency plan to stay in the human world. Mystery strategically teleported away. Only Abby got banished back to the demon realm. And Jinu's soul is preserved in Rumi's sword, waiting for resurrection. Plus, the new rainbow barrier is deliberately imperfect, and now we have 3 Saja boys on the human side who were supposed to help Guima return. But Jinu's sacrifice changed everything. Now they have to choose, stay loyal to Guima, or try to bring back their friend who gave everything to save them. Every single piece of evidence points to the same conclusion. The Saja boys aren't dead. They're scattered across two realms, caught between their original mission and their loyalty to Jinu. The real question isn't if they'll return, it's whose side they'll be on when they do. Will they follow Guima's plan? Will they try to save Jinu? Will they maybe even team up with Huntrix? That's the real mystery here. What do you think? Will Romance, Baby, and Mystery stay loyal to Guima, or will Jinu's sacrifice change their hearts? Let me know your theories in the comments. If this video opened your eyes to the truth, smash that like button and subscribe for more K-pop Demon Hunters theories and deep dives. Hit the bell so you don't miss my next video where I break down every hidden detail in Rumi's transformation sequence. Until next time, keep streaming Soda Pop. And remember, in a world of magic and K-pop, even death is just another concept to remix.